This is where our adventure begins. This is where he pulls down the side of the house. Pulls up on the top left of the screen there, as you can see right through the gate, where he pauses for several seconds before he proceeds down the hill and across the dam. This is probably where he realizes he is on a 350-yard rifle range. I cut out about 4.5 minutes of this, but this is where he comes up. He actually does a bow duke into the lake. While he hem haws around a little bit trying to figure out how to get out of his car, he ends up with a big stick and a sack of stuff, plastic sack of stuff that he jumps to the bank with eventually. And he slips and slides trying to get up the bank where the overflow is for a little while. If you want to skip ahead to where he actually jumps, where the clock in the top left hand corner says 8, 16, and 15 seconds. He starts to walk up where he came from, but then he decides to go up under the deck to a door where I don't have a camera on it, but it does have a sign on it. I'll show you the sign. I hung it up there a few years ago, kind of as a practical joke, but seriously, nothing inside is worth him dying for. And it appears the sign worked. And as he decides to leave, I'm getting a little relief, but that's short lived because he'll turn around and come back, and then it really gets weird. Go to where the clock says 8:22. Yeah, he comes back here and he takes up a position in front of our front door and he just stands there for a very uncomfortably long time. And here he goes. And if this wasn't uncomfortable enough, let's go ahead and take this show and move it up on the front porch. where we'll do the same thing. This is where my heart is about to sink because my wife is sick in bed, not very far from where he is. And all this is happening while she's sick in bed. Thank the Lord, he gets a little impatient here. For whatever reason, he grabs his sack of crap and his staff and he proceeds to the other side of the house where he originally went down. I'm not quite sure what he's doing here. He ends up propping his stick or staff, whatever that thing is, up against the Lexus, opening the back door, and doesn't get in or anything, thank goodness. He got very muddy pats on. But he ends up closing it back up and then goes into the woods with his stick and his sack of crap. And the police end up pulling up because he goes off camera into the woods and he comes out empty handed. And I went and got that sack of stuff, and it's a bag full of a bunch of antipsychotic meds and some kind of stuff you get off heroin with, Subutex, It's not Suboxone, but it's something like that. Anyway, yeah, this guy is, like I said, if he's not crazy, he missed a damn good opportunity in life. I, I'm not scared of a lot of things, but I am scared to death of unpredictability. This guy right here could just as easily try to hurt my wife, myself. He just jumped his damn car into a lake. Unbelievable. So while he's in the woods, I'll tell you a little bit about how he got in touch with the cops. I believe he called the cops right after he jumped into the lake. Then he called his wife. And his wife called the cops, said he's not taking his medicine and he's drinking. Anyway, he told the cops that he received a telekinetic message from me that it would be okay to drive down the side of my house into the backyard and jump into the lake. Um, just this guy has lost it. Top left of the screen, you can see the sheriff start pulling in, and he'll walk out of the woods empty handed. And that's where they proceed to start talking, where he ends up being arrested. It's pretty uneventful from this point on, but he'll get back up. Several cops will come, an ambulance will come, stuff like that. And there is some additional footage at the end of this with the wrecker pulling the car out of the lake, stuff like that. This guy has been trespassed from my property. If you see him around, I don't know that I'd approach him, but I'd call the cops. He better not come back here. That'd be a bad day for him. This is the craziest thing I've ever seen. Yeah, I kind of do too. This is ridiculous. What a dipshit. What a complete dipshit.